Paradise World videos. We're in a small town, 20 minutes from Alicante Airport. Literally, come out of the airport, you could be here in 20 minutes. Get yourself a super bargain here. San Fulgencio. Literally 20 minutes from the local beach. Absolutely sounds great, doesn't it? But there's a big but. And when I say comes with a warning, well, I'm going to let you know in the video, apart from being a great location and 20 minutes away from the beautiful beaches and getting yourself a stunning property, a lot of new builds going up and you've got a lot of resale. And I've seen properties as low as 50,000 for a 2-bedroom. So there are bargains, but there's big reasons why. I'm going to explain it all in this video. So San Fulgencio, literally, I could say, is right on top of the airport and not far from the local beaches. It's got a population of 9,000 people here, and it's got a good mixture as well. And surprisingly enough, there's more expats here than, or immigrants, whatever way you want to look at it, than there are Spanish. There's actually 34% Spanish here and just over 16% of actually English. Then we're made up of 3% of Germans and Moroccans, and it goes down mostly 1% of the rest of the nationalities. So yeah, pretty overwhelmed with the British here, and probably why, because it's actually cheap for property. And when I say cheap, I do mention in the video, it does come with a warning. And as we go around, you see like the little old houses, bungalows, some pretty modern, and we've got lots of new builds going up as well. I mean, this town was firstly inhabited in 1794 with just 1,200 inhabitants. Of course, a lot changed now. Still pretty quiet, still only 9,000. And yeah, it does have a lot of problems. And we will go through all the problems from the crime, corruption, and all the local history that's been happening here in this town. Might seem a little bit quiet. It is Sunday morning, 11 o'clock, so a lot of people are probably still in their house sleeping. We've got the lovely plaza just up there, Plaza Constitution. We'll take a walk up there and we'll show you the area. And it's got some good advantages, of course. You're not far away from Torrevieja, 20 minutes, and all in the nearest beaches are literally just down the road. You're 16 kilometres south of the main city, Elche. And when I said you've got beaches, and they're like 10, 15 minutes away. So it's pretty good location when you look at it, that part. 10 minutes, you can be at one of these beautiful beaches. La Marina beach is absolutely gorgeous. You've got the Playa El Rebello, you've got the Playa de La Marina, and then of course you've got the Playa Babelina. That is the one on Guatemala, beautiful beach. This one here, absolutely beautiful promenade and everything. I did recently do a video about the problems down the far end. I'll post that in the end, where they're actually demolishing the properties and the owners have got to pay. So they've got all these beaches 10 minutes away by car, and you can even get a bus there from this village. All sounds really good, doesn't it, eh? Yeah, but they do have a big problem with crime here and corruption. We'll walk around, we'll show you these properties and the area. Of course, finish off at the lovely plaza here. We're going to go through what the crime and corruption is, and they reckon it's been a big problem over the years. They're saying this area has been one of the most problematic problems with, of course, the real estate, with squatters and coming in here and actually just squatting. And they just haven't got the police, the manpower to actually resolve the problem. When I say squatters, as you know, illegal possession of the property, where literally they just gain entry and they just don't leave. They also say, if you check on the reports of the area, they've actually had a long problem with robberies and crime in this area due to the lack of resources. Been trying to tackle the problem with local opposition parties and everything for many years. And the big problem is they're actually focusing on the actual old town, which is 5 kilometres away. And that's where all the resources are. So they're actually lacking all the main resources to actually crack down on the problems here. They've not even provided any 24-hour surveillance on the business premises, on commercial places just here, and the housing parks. And so, yeah, they've just let it just laying idle, really, like a lot of these towns in Spain. Most of Spain is like 4 times bigger than England, but the occupation of areas are like only like 30%. The rest of the land is just laying dominant. Of course, you've got your agriculture and forests and all that, but a lot of people do tend to live on the coastal areas and all these other places inland just get left neglected. They're not really giving them investment, hence why you can pick up some super bargains because of the ongoing problems of rundown towns, and you are, of course, some of them left without bus services and lack of shops and bars and restaurants. But so far it does look pretty clean, this place. When I mentioned there's been a lot of corruption over the years and a lot of people have been inside prison and still inside prison, what's been going on here in this little town. In 2017, the main sports mayor here, Carlos Ramirez, he was actually convicted of corruption cases and had a lot of convictions against him and the rest in his party. There were like 5 of them already, all done for this kind of business. He was in charge of all the sports facilities in the area, whole list of things he was in charge of, and basically it wasn't all done proper and correct. As you know, do get a lot of backhanders. And this mayor actually served 8.5 years in prison. And one of the things we're talking about with a garbage collection concession contract that amounted to 16,000 euros, which was for 22 years. There was another case in 2008, another crime by the deputy mayor, councillor, treasury of this area. And he was getting done for bribery, receiving 5,000 from some they're saying entrepreneurs in exchange for promoting an urban project. There were several other people as well that were also caught, all kind of bribery cases, even up to 10,000 euros. So there was other things going on as well. Orwell and Bigastro, where corruption plots had been discovered as well. They reckon 13 to 14 defendants. There's a long list of it, believe me, and every year or 3 or 4 years it going through many mayors and deputy mayors, and loads of them have all been convicted for bribery, corruption, all that kind of. Honestly, it goes on and on and on. I could read out the list all day. What we actually got in this little town, well, we've got the town and we've got tobacconists, we've seen a few bars, you've got the nice church square, the plaza we're going to go and visit. You've also got 2 medical centres here as well. You've got a school I've passed, you've got a kind of theatre as well. The problem is with these medical centres, they're only open between 8:30 and 9 at night. And then, of course, if you do need to see someone urgently, you're going to have to go to the nearest place, which would be in Guadamar, which is literally 8 kilometres away. You can really say, like I've mentioned, in a lot of these places, they just get neglected. They're only concentrating on tourist areas, areas that are bringing in the money. So do have a lot of lack of services here. I mean, if it's your kind of place, just let us know. If you don't mind not having all that and you just want it a little bit quiet and you want to come inland and get yourself a bargain and get away from the rat race, you can. Coming up with all kind of proposals as well. You know, with all this land around here, they're trying to get like places for the old residents association, and also trying to come up with all other kind of projects. Walk around, you can see we've got all types of property. We've got some real modern property as well, and we've got like bungalows, got kind of little apartments, got plots for sale all over the place. You can say it is pretty clean and tidy. And there goes the church bells, and that's where we're going to be heading now, right to the church square, the plaza. There we go. £11 Sunday morning in Spain. So we're coming down the little alleyway here, Calle Trafalgar. We've got all these kind of umbrellas up and everything. It's a big weekend here in Spain, the San Juan festival. This is where they're going to be doing all the bonfires on the beach and everything. So yeah, the square does look pretty nice. And of course, so does the church. And we've got the town hall. And looks like this is where the police are actually stationed as well. What police there is, apparently. Plaza de la Constitución. So their local police is on the corner, and sandwiched right in the middle is the museum, the Museo Arqueológico. Got this bit in the middle where you can sit and chill out, which in most of these towns are a main focal area where people do sit at night, normally surrounded by a few bars. The only one I spot is this little one here. You wouldn't even know it was a bar. Go and check the church out as it's making a lot of noise. It does look like there's a service going on. That was the morning mass going on in there, and yeah, it's a funny old place, isn't it? Nice modern mixture. Properties a bit dodgy really, especially if you're not living here. Definitely wouldn't be wanting a second home here. If it's unoccupied, you could be in a bit of trouble, as they do have a high history of squatters and lack of resources to sort it out. Not to mention, most parts of Spain do have the squatter problem, as I mentioned in yesterday's news video, which I will post if you did miss that. But for a little town with little police, it's not the sort of place I wouldn't personally be investing in. For the sake of saving a few quid, you know, you haven't really got all the services here. Where on the Costa, you've got the hospital literally on your doorstep. You've got good bus services, shopping centres, a great choice of beaches. Not to mention the bars and restaurants. I mean, if you want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, you've got a nice mountains surrounding you and everything, and you've got it a lot relaxed pace of life. But if you're thinking of coming here to get away from the expats, the English, the immigrants, whatever way you want to look at it, there's more English living here than Spanish. So as we walk around, you can see very shortage of shops. I've spotted one supermarket. Normally you spot about 10 chemists literally every corner. Yet to come across a pharmacy. A couple of places here. We've got Sammy's Cafe just here as well. And it looks like it's open as well. We've got a few people outside. What you got in here? You got a little play area inside Sammy's bar. So very family orientated. Look, we've got a little stage there. Got quite a few people in here as well. Nice and cool. Nice little modern coffee bar. Nice. If you want to sit outside, you can. I'll tell you what, it's 32 degrees. Unisex hairdresser just there, and right on the corner there is an ATM, Sabadell. Next door to Sammy's, we've got a place where you can actually learn to drive, a driving school centre, and next to that is a car garage, tyres or whatnot you need. So yeah, very limited on shops. Across the road, you've got the bakers there. You want a cup of coffee, bit of bread, cakes, and then you've got the vending machine. You do get these vending machines literally just on the outside of buildings. And these vending machines are stocking all kinds of things. A euro, biscuits, sweets, even pick up Durex. Oh, crazy, isn't it, eh? Playing cards and water and fizzy drinks. Got the Teatro place just there. And then just over the other side, I've spotted a kind of chino stores. These chino stores all over Spain. Get all sorts in there, everything you probably need. And right next door, we've got a chicken shop there. Can't just come in and get a chicken either. People are walking in and giving their order or phoning up their order. So this is what happens when you live in a small town. Don't want to cook too many chickens. 11 euros for a big one or 6 euros for a small chicken. What the chickens do look good. Other than a few shops, don't have a lot going apart from the corruption and crime. But of course, people do live here. So people are going to defend the area. It is cheap. It depends. If you want a bargain and you live here, it might be the place for you. But you can let me know in the comments. There we go, Lickwish, all sorts of all kind of property, modern, new, old, properties going up. I think we're looking at 300 grand for that kind of property. But if you go on Idlista and check out the lowest property prices, you'll get a list of them on there. But yeah, it's definitely not for me. You let us know in the comments if this is your kind of place. And definitely check out the other videos up there. And of course, the squatters problem, which I will post out there. And let us know if it's your cup of tea or not.